Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai and today I'm going to be reacting to One Piece, chapter 1175. But before that, let's talk about uh, the last chapter. But first, I remember thinking like, oh, the summer stuff, Sommers, the stuff we got on 1174. It reminded me of the first time we saw him talk about his view on love. And I searched, and it's actually in chapter 1143. So let's see what he said. It's just like the famous saying, every love has its thorns. Uh, Love is the passion to reach out and squeeze someone tight, even as you see the thorns up close. The best part of this game is when it's parents and children. Parents hug their kids tight, thorns and all, and then the kids scream and wail when they see their worst nightmare, mommy and daddy dying in agony. There's real emotion in killing. So yeah, very interesting. It just makes me wonder about what brought up this belief in him. Specifically, it's love between parent and children, which is the answer to the title of uh, that last chapter, The Strongest Thing in the World. So I'm just curious, uh, like, it's, like the relationship between Sommers and his own parents. Is that the main motivator for him thinking this way? Or did he experience something with uh, a set of parents and child or children that made him feel this way? I feel, to me, it would be more interesting if it was something more personal to him, but I think it would also very much fit if it was something that he just saw from a distance and adopted as his own personal ideal. But I'm definitely gonna keep this in mind. But yeah, specifically the love is the passion to reach out and squeeze something tight or someone, even as you see the thorns up close. So, like, was there someone who he wanted to reach out and squeeze, and then thorns made it impossible? Or the other way around? And and just, out of resentment for genuine love happening, or rather for the failure of genuine love not happening. That's why he finds joy in killing, and specifically uh, separating parents and children, because he's like, if that couldn't be me, then you know then no one else should be able to. But also, it could be something where, like, from his perspective, he called it love, but, it was something very twisted. And from his perspective, he was the victim, but in reality, he was anything but that. So he feels entitled to that sort of thing. And he feels like all the unfair thorns came in and ripped us apart when that was not really how it went down. But yeah, I just really wanted to try and just cook something a little bit in regards to, the deeper, what could be the deeper side of Sommers. Yeah, so we got Sommers going like, scream your family love to the heavens. This is the real stuff. This is emotion. Yeah, it kind of feels to me like he had a twisted version of love forced upon him. Or none at all. Or, just the simplest explanation is that because he's a celestial dragon, there is no healthy examples of healthy familial love, or specifically between parent and child for him to look at. So this is what he thinks is true love. Possibly. But yeah, I really, really liked the scenes between the children and their parents. And in the case of Joanna, she had the teacher. Then we had Rodo and his little brother. It really helped to connect me with the kids in a more individual level. And yeah, we ended the chapter with Luffy and Loki coming in and saving all the kids and the parents that were just gonna fall to their deaths. And yeah, Loki's design looks really cool. But the bandages that cover his eyes, they're nowhere in sight. So like when he goes back to his regular self, are they just gonna pop up, pop out, pop in to existence again? Or is he just not gonna have them? I feel like the former is most likely gonna be the case. They're just gonna show up there again, even though we can't see them here. But yeah, the drums of liberation are definitely echoing throughout the island. Sommers seems to have heard it, and definitely Imuko did. So let's get to the new chapter. Titled Need Hogger. Okay, the cover is Sabo with koala babies hanging all over him. Sure, why not? Kinda cute. Okay. Oh, Sanji using Diablo Jambe to cut the thorns that were still chaining Robin. Awesome. Also, he's just here. Like, yeah, Nami heard his voice, but we didn't actually see him arrive. And now he's just here. That's fine. This is just something I noticed. I'm so happy! Robin! Thanks. Yeah, that's our Sanji. I guess he was vulnerable to heat. That's a relief. There's no time to celebrate. Nope. Between the hockey and the roaring, what's that shadow? I have no idea. Western Village. Ripley, Oimo, Rodo, please help our parents. They got stabbed by your thorns. Mommy's gonna die. Loki, this village is in danger. Take the children somewhere safer. Oh, they were aware that it was him? I mean, fair enough. Like, maybe I forgot about something on the last page of 1174? But I don't remember. I guess they recognize Loki's voice. I guess that's gotta be it. Not my problem. The only thing I'll do to people who climb on my back is dump them off. Aight. I get that. Now get off of me. Oh, it's Zoro. Hey, up here. Ah, cute. Attention, Elbaf. All of the children are safe. Thank goodness, there are no longer any hostages. Good. What took you so long? And is that dragon? Yeah, it's Loki. If you're here, then at least this place is safe. Sure, let's say that. Oh, he doesn't sound very sure of himself. But I love just Luffy being so, like, so reassured that Zoro is here. Like, oh, if you're here, then that means this place is safe. Kind of reminds me of that one moment in Skypiea when he finds Zoro defeated by Enel and sees everyone else. And Luffy's like, how could this happen when Zoro was here? Like, oh, I love how much trust he puts on him. But right now, I feel like there's really putting pressure on Zoro. Anyway, since you're all joined now, you guys should crush these dream monsters before they destroy all of Elbaf. Oh my god, wait, I just realized. I think this is the first time, like, ever, that Zoro is looking directly at Luffy's Gear 5. What the fuck? Like, I don't think it's, like, sure, right? He's probably seen the bounty poster. And he's probably seen Luffy from, like, he's, you know, like, at the corner of his eye when he's fought before. But he's never looked directly at him when he's in this form. He just did that right now. And Zoro doesn't Zoro doesn't really seem to be having like, there's no emphasis on this moment. It just is. And that's fine. I guess I was just having my expectations too high for this moment, but maybe we'll have Zoro thinking about it later. Because it just felt weird that Oda was just leaving Zoro pretty much being the only one that hadn't really laid his eyes on Luffy in Gear 5. I could be forgetting someone else. But Zoro was a really big one. In terms of, like, the Straw Hats, I mean. And yeah, it happened. Wait a minute. Huh, yeah, just, okay. Okay. Yeah, maybe we're saving it for a different moment for Zoro. In regards of him thinking of Luffy as the sun god. Like, yeah. Luffy is Luffy, right? His captain, his friend, and the person who he will follow to the ends of the planet, and to hell and back. But I feel like there would be a merit in him addressing, or not addressing, but rather just thinking of Luffy embodying what Nika, the sun god, represents. Just like how Zoro gave himself the title King of Hell, during the fight against King. So that's why I've been really looking forward to this. Because, like, Luffy and Zoro, they're like the perfect match with their aesthetic and their epithet and just the way that they go about pursuing their goals and protecting the ones they care about. So, but I'll leave it at that. Okay. Got it. Dadum. What's landing on us? They're thorns. Get the children inside. You fools are wasting your time. He followed us here? You're not supposed to be alive, you miserable cretins. Give me back my emotions. Wait, that Sommers sounds like me whenever I believe on a One Piece fake out death. And then I'm like, oh, give me back my tears. Yeah, something to keep in mind for Sommers' character. On the other hand, this works for me. If the brats are still alive, I haven't failed yet. I can still take them to the Holy Land as planned. However, I'll finish off those half-dead parents now. Using my thorn launchers, of course. Those are part of his fruit? They seem very sentient with the eyes. I don't think that's the case, but it would be nice or neat if Gillingham was the one who made them. They're actually nightmare creatures. And Gillingham got them out of Sommers' dream. We won't let you do that. Now it's my turn to protect Mommy. Yeah, me too. And me. Oh, that's so sweet. You kids are the best. Now I don't even care about the missions. Who should I kill first? They're really giving him what he wants. I'll never forget the bravery written on your stupid little faces. Farewell. Please go and just run. No, Mommy, I'll keep you safe. Oh, who's gonna come in? Before the thorns get to them. Oh? Oh, Zoro! Way to go, Zoro! I always believe in you! Ha 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 ha! Cute! I love whenever Luffy praises and is basically bragging about Zoro. I mean, like, yo, that's my swordsman. Huh? Who did that? I knew that. Now go. Oh, wait. I got those. Yeah, the order of the speech bubbles mixed up. But I know Zoro said that. I knew that. Now go. He's just shy. But it is sweet that he is very much aware how much Luffy believes in him. But at the same time, like I said, that could be part of why he's very insecure about himself this arc. That's Zoro, remember the name, he's with me! Oh, yo, this chapter is really he's giving me a lot as someone who ships Zoro and Luffy. Anyway, I'm trying to focus. Gomu Gomu no! Oh, he's aiming at Sommers? Huh? Oh, that's something on Sommers' face. Dawn Storm Rifle! Ugh. Ooh, that's a really good hit on him. Straight on. Granted, I'm pretty sure he'll regenerate, but still a good hit. Oh, that's so funny. The panel of the impact of Luffy's punch. Yo, the fact that his face actually split in half from that, man. Yeah, the biggest thing that the Holy Knights have is the regeneration, huh? But you know, they're still a really they're the biggest threat because they cannot be taken down. Straw Hats. Oh, it came off. Wait, I thought he didn't use Conqueror's Haki. But in the next panel, it looks like he did. Okay, so maybe we do have some buffer time again with Sommers regeneration slowing down. Oh, it came off. Let me look. Oh, Ripley. She's teary-eyed, seeing Luffy as Nika, bringing salvation here, a possibility of hope to this very hopeless situation. I finally got to see Luffy all in white. He looks just like Nika. I think he really is the warrior of liberation. Yeah, I knew she was thinking about that. No. Nika? A bedtime for children. Ah, it's Nidhogger. Is that what saved us? Let's go then. Yeah! Who said a bedtime for children? Oh, I think it's that Sommers. Okay. What's that? It must be Loki. I've never seen that before. Was the treasure of Elbaf a devil fruit or forbidden one? Yeah, okay. He connected those dots pretty quick. Oh, wait. We're getting a flashback. Aight. The dragon fruit, mythical type model Nidhogger. Yeah, I would not have been able to guess that. No matter who eats it, they will transform into the largest dragon in the world. And the maximum size of the beast corresponds to the one who eats it. In other words, if a giant eats it instead of a human, or an ancient giant instead of a giant, the potential power of the fruit is extracted in greater measure. Gotcha. It is said that the obsidian dragon breathes lightning and is so vast that day falls into night when it flies. Well, that feels metaphorical, but not necessarily. Maybe Loki does have that ability, he just hasn't used it. And due to the danger this power poses, you've been making sure no one can eat it? Not quite. If anyone tries to eat the fruit, the guardian hammer Ragnir blocks their attempts. In Elbaf, we have a legend about the warrior god. He wielded a weapon known as Ragnir, Iron Lightning, and turned into an enormous dragon to face off against Sun God. Ooh, this is cool. He fought alongside a trusted, loyal ice squirrel known as Ratatoskuru. In other words, without its master, Ratatoskuru chose to inhabit his weapon instead, and waits for its owner to return. So says the legend. I think that might be the literal case. And now Ragnir, after an eternity of standing guard over the fruit, has finally chosen Loki. I mean, the hammer is nowhere in sight, but that was still a cool lead up to the double page spread. Bro! This is so cool. All the lightning coming down. Like, he doesn't even have to do anything. Just the lightning is taking out the nightmare creatures. And they're all running away from him. But yeah, he's massive. And I'm guessing... Well, actually, no. I was gonna say, like, maybe Luffy's still in giant form. But after he punched Sommers, maybe not. Ooh. He's opening his mouth to let out an attack. It does seem like it's a named attack, though. And it's not like a bottle blast from Kaido. This looks more like lightning based. Thorheim. Oh, yeah, that's sick. Ooh, okay. Emu is watching. Ooh, that panel of just Imuko as a silhouette as the nightmare creatures get torn into pieces. That's so... I really like that, the art there. Nice. Luffy just mimicking a punch when he's kind of doing the Nika dance. And Loki's snout is cool. Also, oh my god, wait a minute. I thought like Loki's eyes in this form were just gonna be like shaded in white. Just like, you know, light. But here we can clearly see Loki's eyes. And yeah, he's just showing them off like nothing without the bandages. What? Maybe he just feels safer having the eyes on display as he's like a mythical creature. But once he's back to being a giant, he'll feel self-conscious again. No, I'm still waiting for Luffy to say something about his eyes that'll make him feel better about them. Like, what do you mean, ugly? They're so cool. Oh, I see. So Needhugger, that's where thou were. Okay. Emu was in the search for this fruit for some reason. Like, it's a strong and cool fruit. But I don't really see why it was so forbidden. And like even someone like Emu looks like they were looking for it for quite a while. Like, maybe not on the level like the Nika fruit, but still, like, that reaction from Emu, there's more to this fruit than we are being led on. But yeah, that was the chapter. It was really good. And I don't just say that because of how many small moments here and there for Luffy and Zoro there were. Just all around. It was a pretty good chapter. I was invested all throughout. And I do like that that moment when Loki gets told, take the children somewhere safer. And he's like, that's not my problem. The only thing I'll do to people who climb on my back is dump them off. Like, he's so valid for that. Like, yeah. All this time, the way that he's been treated, and suddenly they wanna rely all they can to him for help. Like, maybe they should have been nicer and more understanding before. But also, like, I'm sure Loki is still gonna help. Just not in the way that others want him to. Which I like. I mean, we already saw him helping, just not, he's just gonna fight. He's not gonna be the one to get someone he doesn't know and have no connection whatsoever out of harm's way in a very intentional way. Like, he can just play it off here and be like, well, they just fell on my back. But I'm sure it was an excuse. Like, he would have still tried to do that even if, he wasn't there at the specific time and place he was needed. He still would have tried and gone there. But at the same time, he's not gonna go above and beyond for protection. But he's gonna go right to the threat and try and take care of it himself. Yeah, Luffy punched Sommers, and I feel like Sommers is out of the fight for at least a few minutes. And I've been thinking, like, what are the possible matchups? And there's still a good chance that Sanji versus Sommers happens. Because, like, come on, it's just right there. Like, their views on love would make for such a good fight. As well as Summer's view on women, very much contradicting Sanji's. We didn't get a glimpse of killing him this chapter, but I don't mind. Though I am hoping that he fights Zoro. Though I think that Zoro might try to fight Imu with Luffy at first, but it just will not be enough if Zoro doesn't try to use conquerors. So that's why I think that he'll end up fighting, killing him. Because, well, we've seen that Zoro and Luffy are not opposed to fighting, side by side teamwork. As we've seen it when Gavin first showed up in the arc. Luffy will definitely be like, it'll be better if I just do it myself. But that could also just, it'll raise Zoro's levels of his insecurities and his, oh man, am I not good enough to be guarding Luffy's back? So, yeah. But yeah, we also got more on Loki's fruit. And I'm definitely gonna be looking up what a neat hogger is. Because I feel like it's something that it is actually coming from actual Norse mythology. But I don't know if it'll help me in regards to what that means in One Piece lore. But yeah, just the fact that both Luffy and Loki have fruits that Imu is very much eager to get their hands on, and seems to have a sort of grudge against. It just makes me think like, oh, maybe that's raising the chances of Loki joining the crew. Maybe, maybe not. But it's definitely, you know, something that him and Luffy will have in common now. But I think I'm gonna leave this here. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.